You know, the amount of trauma and anxiety that women get during postpartum, it is because of the pressure that, oh, you have to breastfeed, how can you not? So if a mom's not being able to, you know, half herself, she's depressed, half because of her own thoughts ki, oh my God, I'm supposed to feed, I'm not getting enough milk, or I'm not doing justice to my child. So try to cut down your own screen time firstly. Secondly, please set boundaries with screen time. I know a lot of people might not like this. You have to set boundaries. It has to be timed. You have to oversee what your children are saying, because you just don't know what comes after it. And you just need to realize two things. Expectation and comparison is both going to pull you down. Nobody else's life is your life. They might have problems that you don't have to deal with. You might have problems that they'd never know. So I encourage my children all the time that I don't care what mistake you've made, big, small. You might think it's not okay. You might feel I will get angry. That is all secondary. You have to come and discuss it with me. That is the kind of connection I want from them. You know, one of the biggest things I have seen a shift in parenting over the last decades is from control to connection. Mom guilt is always going to be there. Whether you give them their favorite chocolate, or you tell them you can't eat more cookies, or you say no for an ice cream, or you give the ice cream, or you send them to school when they're unwell, or you keep them home when they're okay. Anything is just going to give you guilt, you know. If the child has fallen and gotten hurt also, you'll be guilty. If you're not spending enough time, you'll be guilty. If you're spending too much time, you'll be still guilty that you're not giving time at work or to your other family members. So I think mom guilt is always going to be there. It's been going through generations. It's always going to be there.
Today we have a very, very special guest for this insightful conversation for our podcast. I have with me Miss Sanjana Bhajanka, who is a barrister, India's first certified baby planner, and an entrepreneur. And now she has written a wonderful book on parenting called Parenting Unplugged. And it's also, if I just read out the entire title, is Parenting Unplugged, the hilarious evolution of raising kids. So we're going to have many interesting, insights as to how hilarious can be. I think we all, when it comes to parenting, it's all about stress. But I think she's given a humor touch to it. So welcome to the podcast, Ms. Bhajanka.
Thank you.
And
Rakshita.
You're a mother of two. And with this book, you know, what really inspires you to delve into this subject?
So first, thank you for having me here today and talking about my book, Parenting Unplugged. I remember when I started writing the book, I wanted to give gyan per se, right? I wanted to, you know, talk about motherhood and the struggles. But when I sat to write the first chapter, I realized, let's throw that in the bin and let's write a funny book on parenting. Because there are enough books in the market that are going to give you gyan and get you more stressed out. But there are not that many in the market that you can sit with a cup of coffee or a glass of wine for 2 hours and laugh your heart out. And after every chapter, say, oh, me too, this has happened with me already. So that was the intention of writing this book. It's my love letter to every parent out there.
Okay.
Just to calm them down, just to make them realize that parenting doesn't have to be all stress. It can be a fun moment. It can be laughter. In the middle of all the chaos, humor is your best friend.
Right.
So that's why I wrote this book. And everyone who's read it has said that they finished it in 2 hours and they had a great time reading it and they laughed through it. And they were very happy. They unburdened their heart for a few hours. So that was the point of writing this book.
And that's why it's called Unplugged.
Yes.
And I want you to be unplugged here.
Messy chaos of parenting, your daily life, which no one talks about, because either you're talking about all, like Instagram only has the good stuff going out there, right? Nobody ever talks about the messy stuff. So your mistakes, you know, and you don't have to make them serious. You can, you know, make them fun as well. Think about them as, oh, that was so funny, you know. Of course, I made a mistake, but it's fine. It doesn't have to be all serious.
Yeah.
So hence the book for every parent out there who just wants a 2-hour me time laugh to themselves.
So is it still more of a guide, parenting 101, or would you say it's a collection of stories from your own life, some moments?
So it's a lot of my own personal experience with my children, you know. I have 2 kids. So a lot of it is my personal experiences, some mistakes that I've made, some you can laugh about and even remember it 10 years later and still laugh about it. And it's more of that, you know, it's a very light book. It's a feel-good factor. So it's not a lot of information, but it's a lot more from my personal experiences.
You know, I introduced you the many hats that you wear, and you still found the time to do it. I mean, to write this book, how many hours did you spend, and how did you really manage this?
So firstly, thank you for the great introduction. Barrister, having said that, that part of my life was left years back when I came back from the UK, and when I became a mom, I decided I wanted to help out other moms, you know, especially in the journey to motherhood during their pregnancy, because that's the one time they're very overwhelmed, you know, the first, second, third trimester, and the fourth that nobody talks about, which is after you have the baby, which is also a very important trimester. So my entire point of studying this course, the baby planner course, was to help out pregnant moms in their during the journey of pregnancy to motherhood and beyond. When I started helping moms, I don't know when, I went into a lot of parenting content as well. I started writing a lot about parenting, modern parenting, conscious parenting, mindful parenting, and somehow that in itself became another journey, you know. And hence the book, because when I'm doing so much on parenting, I said, why not have something that can reach a lot more people,
right?
You know, and they can actually read about it, you know, instead of just seeing and reading content online. You know, have a book that you can keep and actually read and refer to, you know, every time you want to go back and read it again. So that's how the book came. Having said it, it's very difficult to do so many things. I also run a brand called Casa Privé Wallpapers. We are a studio that specializes in bespoke, customized wallpapers for all spaces. So I do that as well. You can do everything. I would say women can do everything, but just not everything at one go.
Yeah.
So you can do it all. You can achieve a lot of things, but step by step, one at a time. You know, you can't get everything together. So I try, and here I am with everything that I do.
That's wonderful. Let's talk about the evolution of parenting, because you've talked about the evolution of raising kids, how it has changed. Parenting back then, parenting, you know, of our parents, and parenting that is with us now is different. If you could just share some understanding of that.
You know, one of the biggest things I have seen a shift in parenting over the last decades is from control to connection.
All right.
It's one of the biggest shifts that I've seen. The older generation and the older generation, you know, they were more, I won't say control per se, like in a wrong and a bad way, but you know, they want to control everything the child did. Where the child went to study, the child's hobbies, what the child ate, where the kid would go for college, which subject the children would choose. You know how parents were that time, nahi doctor hi banna hai and lawyer hi banna hai.
Idealism driven.
Architecture hi karna hai, you know, you can't, like you suddenly can't just say I want to cook now from tomorrow and, you know, become a chef. Those things weren't very well taken by parents back then, you know. I want to become a photographer. Having said these careers are doing fabulously these days, right? Because children got a chance to explore, you know, finally explore out of that white box of ki ye 3-4 mein hi you have to do something. So I think that's been a very big shift from control to connection. Now parents who are more mindful and conscious, they are, you know, they focus a lot more on building the connection with their children. And I think it's very, very important, because true connection is when your child is open enough with you to discuss whatever they want to. Even if it's a failure, even if it's a mistake. So I encourage my children all the time that I don't care what mistake you've made, big, small. You might think it's not okay, you might feel I will get angry. That is all secondary. You have to come and discuss it with me. That is the kind of connection I want from them. So there's one more shift that I feel, it's not per se about time, that parents didn't have time. Our parents also did have time. In fact, you know, back then moms would be home most of the time. But I feel that when your children talk to you, you have to really connect with them, because they might be saying something in your mind must be really small. Oh, she's just saying this to me. But in their head, they are giving you a big piece of their day, you know. And when you actually pay attention, like how I would talk to you, or how you're listening to me now, when you pay attention to the kids, small things, you know, that's when later on they come and discuss the bigger issues with you. Because when they know that my parents are going to listen to me, even if I'm telling them silly things, and they will listen with full focus, they know that they can come up to you with the bigger things later on in life. And that is the connection which I strive to, build with my children. And that is also one of the biggest shifts that I've seen over the past few decades in parenting.
There were different kinds of pressure back then, but you feel that there's some pressure that still persists, or is it too much of pressure this time to be perfect, or maybe perfect as a parent?
Too much. I think it's too much. That's another thing that has changed. Things are much easier, 30 years. Social media wasn't there, which is the biggest, I would say one of the bigger reasons for the pressure today. People display their lives in such a flowery manner. Everyone tends to compare and see. So basically you're raising children not anymore inside your house, on social media, which is one of the very big points when it comes to pressure. Schools, have evolved. Education has evolved. Parents now, in a lot of cases, both parents go to work, So it's not that one stays back home with the child. There are a lot of things that have changed. The pressure, I think, on being perfect has become a lot on parents. It's just there's a lot more information today that was not there 20, 30 years back, And everybody wants to be perfect. But I would say more than perfect, more than trying to raise perfect children or more than trying to be perfect yourself, I think children want your presence.
Okay.
Which people tend to forget in trying to raise perfect children or trying to be perfect themselves, I feel like your presence is more important. I could be with my children for 6 hours a day, and out of that be on the phone for 5 hours in front of them, or be distracted with a thought of mine. But even if I'm giving them that 1 hour, full focus, phone aside, TV off, don't talk to anybody, focusing and playing with them, trust me, that 1 hour is more important than the 5 hours that you've spent with them. So I go by that mantra, to be honest.
And if somebody cannot really balance, there's something called mom guilt that comes in.
If you get me started on mom guilt, we'll be sitting here the whole day. What do I tell you? See, mom guilt it's universal, is inevitable.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm sitting here right now, my kids are back home, right? Somebody else is taking care of them. And I can sit and cry and feel plenty guilty. I did when I was taking the flight this morning. But what is that going to get me? I have come because I had work. Kids are being taken care at home. I'm trusting the caregivers that I have, whether it's my family, whether it's the staff. Mom guilt is always going to be there. Whether you give them their favorite chocolate, or you tell them you can't eat more cookies, or you say no for an ice cream, or you give the ice cream, or you send them to school when they're unwell, or you keep them home when they're okay. Anything is just going to give you guilt, If the child has fallen and gotten hurt also, you'll be guilty. If you're not spending enough time, you'll be guilty. If you're spending too much time, you'll be still guilty that you're not giving time at work or to your other family members. So I think mom guilt is always going to be there. It's been going through generations. It's always going to be there. What I would like to say here is that I think we should let go of it. It's not easy, and we all have it. We all have mom guilt, You need to learn to embrace it. Live with it, because it's something you can't do. It's in our DNA. It's in our DNA. That's how we've been brought up. It's just there in any female's DNA. And it's going to happen. I miss my children. There are days when I'm prioritizing work. I know I'm missing the school pickup and school drop-off, and I'm missing one of their two coming back home from school. But I know that something else needs priority that day. It's not that I'm not giving, I'm neglecting anything. You can't prioritize everything. You have to put an order of priority. So there are days that my children need me more. There are days that work needs me more. There are days that my parents might need me more. My husband, my in-laws, my extended family, You have to prioritize. We are always juggling balls in the air. Some of them fall some days, some don't. So guilt will be there. We all learn to live with it. I think if we just start taking the pressure off ourselves, we put too much pressure as moms that everything we have to do. The tiffin also has to be perfect, and the uniform also has to be perfect, and school timing, the car has to come on time, and tuition has to happen, and dinner has to be on the table on time, and no screen time today, and there's just too much pressure. And you need to go for basketball and cricket and art and dance and everything. Yeah. I think if we can just release the pressure a bit, the guilt automatically will come down. That's what I feel. Having said that, my guilt never goes. It's always there. But guilt is something mothers just live with. Fathers, I don't mean to be rude, but I have not seen too many fathers come and say, oh, I didn't spend time with the kids today, I'm so guilty. They'll just say, oh, I haven't seen them for 2 days, I think I should meet them now. So the guilt factor, it's not in their DNA, but it is in a woman's DNA. You will become a mother one day. Please let me know.
Yes, yes,
It is going to
absolutely.
come automatically,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
and
yes.
this is one of the very big factors when moms are breastfeeding also.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the amount of trauma and anxiety that women get during postpartum, it is because the pressure that, oh, you have to breastfeed, how can you not? So if a mom's not being able to, you know, half herself, she's depressed, half because of her own thoughts ki, oh my God, I'm supposed to feed, I'm not getting enough milk, or I'm not doing justice to my child. But if you're not getting, you're not getting. The formula is made for a reason. It might not be the healthiest option, but what are you going to kill yourself for it? So people have to just let this kind of pressure get away from them. And I think it's more to do with the society. You know, the day we just forget saying log kya kahenge, I think it's become much better now.
Take ownership of the choices maybe, and not, you know, the choices
The people are not going to pay your bills. The people are not going to come look after your child when you're crying at 3 a.m. postpartum. If your child has fallen down or done badly or good in school, they're not going to come. They are the ones who are not going to come. So it's very easy to judge. It's very easy to point fingers. It's very easy to just come and say, oh no, I to fed for 2 years. You know, you're not supposed to say those things. You're supposed to put yourself in the mom's position. So make her feel better and not more guilty about something she's not being able to do, which is okay. So guilt is there. We learn to embrace it. We learn to live with it. It doesn't go away. If you're asking me, does it go? It never goes away.
On social media, there are a lot of talks about such topics.
A lot now.
And what do you feel that could be, you know, what sort of choices can be made? You know, is it real? Is it authentic or not so authentic? How can we actually determine that?
Social media, I think I said this a little earlier also. I genuinely feel people put up 80% of the good. Nobody wants to put up the mess. Nobody wants to put up their mistakes. Nobody's going to put up. Now people do a little bit, but you know, somebody who's putting up their life there on social media. Like I make content on parenting, so I make a lot of content on parenting. You know, it's not just I made good content. I make bad. You know, there are a lot of learning and teachings that I also on mindful and conscious parenting. But I feel people who are putting all the good out there, they put so much of it. There is someone who's looking at it and feeling jealous or feeling bad about their lives. And you just need to realize 2 things. Expectation and comparison is both going to pull you down. Nobody else's life is your life. They might have problems that you don't have to deal with. You might have problems that they'd never know. You know, because I know and I'm sure of this. Every single human being on this planet Earth deals with this set of problems. Your problems are just different from mine. And mine are different from the third person's. So if you're going to compare your life to somebody else on social media, it's not fair to you or them. You know, you're not leading their life. You don't know what their life is about. They're just showing you 50% of their life. They're not showing you maybe a broken marriage or a child's health or a parent who's lost their parent recently. They might not show you those things about their life, right? So don't compare. Please, guys, don't compare your lives to anybody's life on social media, because everybody comes with their own set of problems. Everybody comes with their own set of happiness, and everybody's life is different. So you might be comparing an apple and an orange. It's not going to help, right? It's not that you're comparing 2 apples. And please don't expect that, you know, her life is like that, mine should be like, because that is going to be your biggest downfall. It is going to make you, the moment I compare my life to somebody else, I am going to find fault in my own life. You know, I don't know the faults in that person's life. That person might have 100 more faults than me. But I will sit and focus on, acha, mera ye nahi hua, and I don't have this and I don't have that. And that all comes from comparison and expectations. So, please scroll all night. Don't let it affect you. Switch it off. Scroll. See everybody's lives. Just don't let it get to you, and just remember that their grid is not your life.
In your experience and in your observation, because you're a parent yourself, and what you've interacted with, you know, you've studied the behavior, what's one advice you feel has been mostly ignored?
Ignored, or what we should ignore?
No, but that has, should ignore, of course, should not be ignored. Yeah.
You know, one very thing that I'll tell you, too much love spoils them.
Okay.
It is one advice I will never take, I will never give anybody. I know a lot of people live with this advice. too much love cannot spoil your children. You're there to give them love. That is literally your only job, is to
How do
love
you
them
define that love?
unconditionally. I'll tell you, from my experience, not judging anybody.
Yeah.
I feel too much love cannot spoil the children. Okay, my mantra in life is to love my children so much that they cry, they're overwhelmed with my love. But I do that, right? But boundary is very important. You have to set boundaries. Love them unconditionally, but you have to set boundaries, and boundaries have to be set with kindness. It's a little confusing, but if you can be kind and set boundaries at the same time, half your issues will become okay. Because I feel, this is the mantra I live with. Kindness with boundaries. If I'm saying TV time is 2 hours, I'm telling you nicely, you respect what I'm saying. I'm giving you 2 hours, but at 2 hours, 1 minute, you have to put it up. Because I've said it, I'm not screaming at you. I am not forcing you in any way. I'm giving you your freedom, but it comes with a line, right? Because you're of a certain age, and I know. At 18, I can't tell my children, oh, you can only watch TV for 2 hours. I know I need to set boundaries now.
Yeah.
Boundaries with screen time, with meals, with sleep timings. I'm very particular. I tend to set boundaries with these things. A decent amount of boundaries. I don't have to stand on their heads at 8:30 and say, oh, I'm going to like scream now if you don't. I do scream. Every mother screams. I do scream also. But I set boundaries. I do them with kindness, which is very important. You need to be kind when you're setting boundaries. You can't be one of those Hitlers setting boundaries. They are not going to listen. And always, guys, always keep the communication channel open with your children. They should know that, you know, I had read a saying that said, instead of your children saying, oh shit, I made a mistake, what to do? I can't call mom and dad, they'll get angry. Your children should say, oh, I made a mistake, I should call mom, dad, they'll know what to do. I had read this somewhere. And I live with this saying. I live with a lot of sayings, but this is one of them that I thought every parent should hear. You know, your child should, when you've made a mistake, say a teenager today has gone out to party at night, and say she's snuck out of the house and gone, let's say at 15, 16, and she's uncomfortable. She hid with, she lied to her parents and she went, and she's now not uncomfortable. Even after her parents telling her not to go, she went to a party, peer pressure, whatever. And she was uncomfortable there. She should not feel like, even though she knows her parents might get angry if she calls them up, she should call them and say, please come pick me up. I'm not feeling comfortable. Sorry, I sneaked out. Can you please come fetch me from wherever I am? And at that minute, instead of screaming, if the parents just quietly go pick her up, get her home safe. The word is safe, right? Say whatever you have to next day.
Emotional safety is important.
It has to be there. You have to know that.
It's a trust.
Is the trust. Even if I'm making a mistake, I know I can go to my parents and they will not scream at me or shout at me or do it a little later. You know, throw me out of the house or lose their mind. First, we'll come up with a solution together. Always. Always first talk to your children. Just make sure the lines of communications are always open.
Okay. Communication.
That's what I try to do.
Right. All right. So that was a lot of serious things. You'll just try to lighten
Humor
up
it
like
out
your
a bit,
book.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of humor in your book. And but as you started out by saying, it's not just some guide.
It's not a
guide. But what really goes in, when you bring out that humor, and why was it important to focus on that sort of a style?
So the word name says it all. Parenting Unplugged. I want moms to unplug themselves from all the pressure. You know, there are very few mothers, I feel now, of course, with work and the house and the children, we all are busy. You know, we all have a lot of things to do in the day. If you can just take out even 15 minutes to unplug with your children or without them, go out, have a drink, go with your husband for a movie, just go for a long drive, go have tea in one of the smaller shops, those dhabas we call it. Just unplug with or without your children. The whole deal is to put the pressure off you. And when you're with your children for those even 15 minutes, just behave like you're 2 or you're 3 or you're 4 or you're 5. Forget you're the parent and forget you're the adult. Just do this for me and you see what a difference it's going to make for you and your children.
Was there a moment like that actually
we have a lot of them.
Somewhere inspired you to put in those sort of...
We do, because I have a lot of them. There are certain days I okay, so this is something very embarrassing, which I don't know if I should say it. I was scrolling through Instagram one day. There's a very small, it's not in my book, but I just
Yeah, you can be
remembered it.
unplugged here.
Yeah, I'm being unplugged. I was scrolling through Instagram and there's a shark costume that came.
Okay.
A furry shark costume for 2,500. I remembered very clearly. For someone my height or a little shorter than me, for the adult shark costume.
Okay.
Okay. It was very lame. And my first thought was I should buy it, wear it, and jump in front of my children.
Okay.
And I did it.
Okay.
I ordered it.
Okay.
It came. After that, I could never wear the clothes I was wearing inside because they all had fur on. But that is the kind of, I mean, this is deep unplugging, but that's the kind of fun I'm wanting moms to have, you know. Not just sit and paint. I do that. I sit and paint, I sit and draw. You know, I'm the very few moms who actually let the child play with slime all around the house.
Okay.
Because slime dirties everything. It doesn't come out of anything. I do it myself. I sit and make slime with them. We make slime bubbles in the house. So maybe, I don't know if it's right or wrong. People might judge me for it. I'm sure people do. I don't care. Because as long as I'm having fun, my children are just going to remember this. Trust me. You know, children don't remember their toys. Okay, we all remember. You know, a lot of the toys we buy them, which car they sat in. You know, holidays they do remember because of memories that we make. Your fancy clothes, shoes, nothing they remember. Children just remember the memories that they made with their parents. And that's why holidays are very important. Because you make one of your best memories on holidays. So I do stuff like this. I order these stupid things. And I just wore the costume. I could barely fit or breathe in it. And I just started, you know, I jumped in front of my kids and I don't know what, like a snake, I crawled on the floor. And now my daughter does it.
Oh, okay.
She's 8, she does it. That's the kind of fun I'm talking about. So once I just picked up sand, I made sand balls and I threw it on my 2-year-old and he did the same thing. I know I was dirtying the house. I know a lot of people won't like it, but he enjoyed for 10 minutes and so did I.
Yeah.
And the house got cleaned. I mean, it's going to get cleaned. It's no big deal for me.
This one is not in your book, but there must
None of
be
these
some
are in
of
my
them.
book.
Some of them must be
My
there.
mistakes are in the book.
Okay.
A lot of my mistakes are in the book.
Are your kids aware of what
My
you've
older
written?
one is, of course, she was the first one I told
How
about
did she
my
react?
book. So actually, the first page has a dedication to both my children, Kyra and Summer.
Okay.
So when she saw it, she was very overwhelmed. She did. She's my little doll. She was very overwhelmed, and you know, while I was writing, she was the only one aware of the book that time. So she saw me writing one funny moment about her brother. She said, "You're putting this in the book about Samu? He did this?" I said, "Yeah." "You did this with him?" I said, "Yeah." She was very thrilled. Like, she's very happy.
Yeah.
And she's very proud of me. Even at 8, she's very proud of me. She was the first one I told. She's the first one I gave my first copy to.
Oh.
She's the first one who saw my cover and approved.
Okay.
I share that with her because I want her to share that with me when she grows up, you know. So she's genuinely, how much ever an 8-year-old can be proud, she's proud of her mother.
Wow.
For this.
So what I can make out is that you do bring in humor in your real life as a mother also, and that's what we expect in your book as well. And you feel that this is something that can help in dealing with the stress of parents better.
Just 2 hours. It might give them a different perspective on life, you know. And honestly, I'm telling you, you give it to a mom, and I've had so many mothers who've read it message me that, you know, after every chapter, I felt like that was me. And there was a friend of mine who told me, you know, when we read the book, we felt like you're talking to us. It's how I communicate in my daily life as well. And there was another friend, she was on a flight, or she was on a train somewhere. She messaged me on Instagram saying, just read the nanny trap. It's called the nanny trap, the nanny chapter. Can't stop laughing. So I've had friends who've had, you know, very sweet comments to make, and you know, they've actually felt very light after reading the book. And I had a very sweet friend who said something very nice. I don't know if I should quote her. She said, if you've read Mrs. Funny Bones, this is the next one you should read.
Oh.
So I'm sure she did it as a friend to make me feel nice, but yeah, it'll just light out your heart a little bit.
Right. Now, talking of, the challenges that come with modern day parenting, you know, there is, you talk about, how do you manage the timing, the schedule of your children, and at the same time not becoming a dictator.
Yeah.
Like, there is technology that is taking over there is the problem of screen time. Even adults have it, and
We all
kids,
have
of
it.
course, yeah, they have it. But how can the parents help the kids, help them get that escape or give them some free time and make them enjoy without also feeling guilty?
I'm going to say something no parent is going to like. You need to reduce your own screen time. Nobody's going to like it. Today, if you come and tell me, I'm also not going to like it because I'm predominantly on Instagram also. Because of my work as well. But you have to consciously make the effort. So there are a lot of times I'm sitting, and I'm working on my phone. I know I'm working. I'm not doing anything else. But I'm feeling guilty that my children are sitting here. So then I set my own time that, okay, this is the time. When I'm around them, I'll try not to be on my phone that time.
Okay.
And if this is a saying which is, children absolutely copy what you do. They don't hear, they don't listen to you, but they copy what you do. They copy every move of yours. And that's how children learn today. I could be screaming all day. Don't watch TV, don't watch TV, don't watch TV. But I'm sitting and watching TV myself. Firstly, that's not even fair.
Yeah.
Secondly, they mimic I have seen children, my children behave like me. Okay. So I'll give you a very small example. I know I'm deviating from the screen time. I'll get back to it in a minute.
Nice.
But I'm going to give you a very small example of how children copy their parents, and their behavior especially. So I think once my daughter, she was 3 or 4, she spilled milk or water or something on the table. I can't remember. And she thought I would get angry. I didn't. I said, it's okay. We all make mistakes. It was by mistake you spilled it. We'll clean it up together. Or we'll get some Didi to clean it up. Whatever. We'll clean it up together. Just tell her. There was nothing. There was no anger on my face. There was no nothing. I was calm. I said, mistakes happen. Even I spill things. Let's clean it up together. Yeah. That's all I told her. She had dropped milk. I think the glass broke. I don't remember. Something happened. Now, a few years later, my son, he's 2 now. I'm talking about now 1 year earlier. When he was 1, he was playing on the table. He dropped a glass of water. And I was sitting right there. And she looked at him and I didn't say anything. I was quiet. She looked at him and said, and he was 1.5. He thought, he took a step back. She said, it's okay, Samu. Doesn't matter. We'll clean it up together.
Oh.
She did exactly what I did with her. Now you think about the other way around. Yeah. If I, when she was then, had spilled something or broken a glass, screamed at her, she would have screamed at her brother. Yes. What am I teaching her? Yeah. What would have she taught him? It's a cycle. And parents have to understand children learn from all how you behave, how you talk, how you react to situations.
It's subconscious also.
It's subconscious, how you react. Today, if my staff has done something, and I do tend to scream sometimes a lot, and then I just take a step back thinking, my kids are going to do the same thing. They have to. So your kindness, your reaction to situations, your kids pick up and they're going to do exactly that. So be very mindful of how you're reacting. So I'm coming back to screen time now. Yeah. Same thing. So try to cut down your own screen time firstly. Secondly, please set boundaries with screen time. I know a lot of people might not like this. You have to set boundaries. It has to be timed. You have to oversee what your children are saying because you just don't know what comes up today. Yeah. No free access to screen time till a certain age. Oversee it. Set boundaries with screen time. Seriously try and set boundaries. I fail half the time, but I set clear boundaries. And there is one big no in my house. There is no screens on the table. Yeah. Unless you're unwell or it's a Sunday lunch. If at all you take permission from me. I have had my nannies call me up when I was in London to ask if she can watch. Because they know I'm very particular about screen time during food especially. I give my daughters Friday, Saturday, Sunday, please watch. Monday to Thursday, avoid. School days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, watch your TV. Or enjoy your life. But not during meals. I'm just not okay. I don't know why I'm just not okay. There's so many times I go to restaurants and again, people might not like what I'm going to say. I'm seeing a big family there. There are 3 children. I'm not talking about India only. I'm talking about abroad, everywhere that I've traveled or in this city, this country, anywhere. 3 children, 3 iPads are on. 2 children, 2 phones are on. And I know, I get it. It is very difficult to feed children. I struggle. There are days I just say, forget it. Don't give them the meal. You struggle. And I have done that with my daughter. I've learned from my mistake. She used to watch the screen and eat for the first couple of years. And I totally put a stop when she was 3. Until date, she's not allowed. Again, I said, unless you're on a holiday or unless they're not well, which is different. It's a total no-no for me. Or not on the dining table and not when we're out for a meal. You can watch it after you finish your meal if you want to watch an episode, or you're done, adults are talking, if you don't have something else to do. Not during, not when the food is going down your throat. I'm just not okay. And I do set my boundaries in these things.
That's actually important, because we've actually observed this. I've seen it in my family, with my niece and many people. Like, this is sort of an addiction. This is another topic altogether.
Yeah, no,
it's an addiction
I
for us
on that also.
But yeah, as you said, that one needs to set an example.
But
themselves.
It is an addiction. One of these doctors' reels I was seeing yesterday. He said it. He said it's an addiction. It's like how you have drugs.
Yeah, it is.
Your brain feels happy when you're on a certain type of drug.
And there's no end to it.
You want it. Why do you want to have that drug again?
Yeah.
Because of that feeling that it gives you. Addiction to screen is exactly the same thing. Your brain works in the same way as you would have had drugs. So I am a little particular about this.
Yes. So this is, I think you have elaborated on your rules around screen timing. And, there's a lot of comparison also when parents indulge in at times when they, suppose you are saying certain things right now, they will watch more content, they watch, stuff on YouTube, on Instagram.
You have to
and they tend to compare their lives as well. So what do you have to say on that when they start thinking that this is a particular way of living and what am I doing?
Like I said it some time back, you can't compare your life to anybody else. You can't, their life is totally different. You don't know 90% of their lives. What is going on in their house, what's going on in their bedroom. It's a very small example. Any couple today, in public, you could give them the best couple award. But what goes on inside their house, their room, they're fighting, not fighting, they might not talk to each other. They might have no relationship. They might just be living under roof for the children, for their parents. They might be getting a divorce, you don't know. You cannot compare and judge your life. And sometimes I feel like if people actually get to know what's going wrong, they'll actually sit back and think, oh, I'm happy where I am. People don't do that. If you really want to compare, go compare the bad parts of somebody else's life also. Go compare the parts that are not on social media. And then you'll realize that you might actually sit and think, I'm so lucky and I'm so happy.
Grateful.
I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
So just guys, stop comparing. No two people are in the same shoe.
You've been you are a baby planner, professional, first certified baby planner in the country, and you're a mom yourself. So what has been your lessons of, what you understand? What has all this, professionally and, being a mother, what lessons have you learned?
Being a mom I'm telling you as a mom now, being a mom has taught me two things. One is that I didn't know this kind of love exists. And second is patience. You have to have a lot of patience to deal with tantrums. Because again, like I have a topic, one chapter in my book on tantrums. And I have a chapter on comparison also.
Okay.
Where mom compares children, which we're not touching upon today, but I do have a chapter. The comparison trap. It's just called the comparison. Where moms tend to compare children. But then that's another topic altogether. You asked me about,
about how, as a professional baby planner and being a mother yourself.
I'm saying as a mom, two things that I've learned. One is that I didn't know you could love like this, especially when I had my first. And second is patience, because children teach you a lot of patience. Again, coming back to the first question you asked me, what has changed over the years? This one thing I'll top on is children have tantrums. And earlier we would say, stop crying, chup ho jao. How can you cry in public? Behave yourself. Thappad laga do. And boys don't cry.
Yeah.
These boys don't cry. I don't know where it's come from. It has to stop. Okay? Everyone is allowed to cry. Everyone is allowed to show their emotions. That's how you build emotionally intelligent children. That's how the EQ of a child becomes better, is when you let them express, you teach them different emotions, you don't shush away their emotions, you let them talk it out, you let them express it, if they can't cry and they can't talk, let them express it via drawing, via music. Make a corner in the house that this should be your calm down corner, okay? And how you talk to your children, especially during a tantrum, or in general also, becomes the inner voice, which again parents need to realize today, which our older generation didn't even know. And you can't blame them because you didn't know. The things were not, that kind of research was not done then. If you tell your child you're not good enough, entire life your child is going to think they are not good enough. Because that becomes the inner voice. for the first 10-15 years, what you tell your children, it becomes the inner voice. So you have to be very careful about what you're saying. When you're having a tantrum, please don't say, stop crying in public, boys don't cry, how can we cry, what is there to cry, itta chota baat pe who cries? You know what, you should just calm down, let them express their emotions, and then say very calmly, I can see you're upset, I think you didn't like something, how about we talk about it together or deal with it together, or we'll figure it out together. This is the way you have to deal with this, because you can't use the olden ways of shutting down a tantrum or talking to a child.
Yeah.
You can't talk negative. Like, there's a very cute saying that when you're talking to your kids, teddy bears also, non soft toys, talk to them in a very positive manner. So the child is hearing that you're saying good things. So that becomes the child's inner voice. You know, that becomes the child, and the child starts believing they are that good. So there is no, what is the word, sorry, so they're not underconfident about themselves, they don't feel they're not good enough to do something. So that is very important. How you talk to your children in general and during a tantrum is very important. It becomes their inner voice, and that's what they believe about themselves, good or bad.
I think it's changing, because when I go back to my school, teachers come and they talk about what's, they've observed changes that, and, a teacher would be like, how I scolded you back then, how I hit you with that scale.
You can't do it today.
And today, these children, they call up their parents and they bring them to school.
Okay, that's also a little extreme. You shouldn't hit in general.
Yeah.
But it's
so I'm saying, the kind of, we never received that aggression as something,
We didn't. We were like, oh, ma'am scolded us today. It doesn't. But that's what I'm saying, because today if a child is constantly told, you're not good enough, why can't you finish your homework? And, the child is just going to think that she's or he is not worthy of anything, and that becomes their subconscious.
That's, of course...
And I have totally deviated from the question you
No.
asked me.
I think this is a freewheeling conversation. It's about Unplugged. Your book is Unplugged.
I'm going totally unplugged today.
This is open mic of Republic
And I'm sure
TV.
I'm preparing you for motherhood.
Absolutely. No, I'm actually... these are the things that I've actually observed in real life.
And people don't sit and give it a thought.
Yeah, these are examples that have come to the fore. And at times, I also compare the way... my mother has dealt with me, and when I say, suppose my sister, the way she deals with her kid now, and I'm like, mujhe to itna sunate the sab log, aur she's getting a free run for what? Like, I feel jealous at times, but it's great that there is awareness now.
But it's awareness. It's good You're just, because you know what, you're also as a parent, you're raising the next generation.
Yes,
you want them to be kind, compassionate, and you're trying to raise leaders also of tomorrow, right?
Yes.
They need to learn how to deal with mistakes as well.
Yes.
Be resilient. So I'm trying to do my best as every other mother out there.
Yes. And you're also now, you have your NGO, Live Strong Foundation.
We do a little bit for cancer children.
Yeah. This is Live Strong, and you have a design venture also, as you mentioned earlier,
Yes,
Casa Privé.
It's my little baby as of now. After the book.
And how do your babies see all of this juggling?
Oh, they love it. They come to office with me all the time when they're free. And so it's, when I found a gap in the market for kids' wallpapers, I wanted to bring this in, so it's totally customized, bespoke. And when we started doing kids and it was appreciated, we started doing all spaces now because there was a demand. And so we're now full-fledged wallpaper company. We can dress up your home as you like. We do embroidered wallpapers also. So, and I love that too. So, I'm happy doing that.
So, kids are actually watching you juggle so many roles.
Yeah, and I think it's very good because, first, for my daughter, she should know it's normal, when she grows up. It's no one allowing you, that's just your right to do what you want to do and work if you want to work, right? And it's also for my son because he's going to get a life partner eventually. And I don't think it's right how boys were earlier. I don't think it's his right, or he can't put, he can't dictate what she wants to do or what's not. It's also going to be her life and what she wants to do. And it should be normal for him that women are working and they don't have to only handle the house, right? The house is a mess half the time, by the way. Because, like a very small thing, how people go a bit crazy with Diwali Safai. I didn't have time to do it this time. I'm being very honest. I could be judged by the whole country. I did very little bit just 2 days before Diwali because I wasn't home much. I was traveling a lot, and when I was home or I was at work, when I was home, I decided to give that time to my children over cleaning my house right? I have enough staff to clean the house. They do the cleaning every day. But the proper cleaning, I have to get into it, right? And I decided the priority was to chill with my children because they didn't have school for 2 weeks, and take them on a holiday, and the cleaning could just take a back seat. And a lot of moms are not going to be okay with not getting the house deep clean. I am, because my priority was to spend time with my kids while they were home. So that's one of the other things that you have to prioritize what you do. So I prioritize my things, and I love design. No, I don't design. I love meeting clients. I love dressing up people's homes, especially kids.
Right. So what is one myth, or the biggest myth you would say, about motherhood that you would like to break?
Biggest myth about motherhood? There is one. I don't know if it's a myth, but I feel like moms have been taught that the entire life should go in sacrificing. But why? I don't understand why. I'm not saying we don't. We all do it, and it's not only moms.
And that's where that mom guilt comes from.
Yeah, but every parent sacrifices for their children, right? That's just how it's. And you're not asking me to do it. I want to do it. I want to. Say if I have to go for a lunch and my kids are home, I don't want to go for the lunch. I want to spend time with them. But that is my choice, right? And I am sacrificing that. That word sacrificing. It's not, I want to do it for my children. They are my children. I'm not doing it for somebody else's children. But that term sacrifice, ki nahi, you have to leave everything and sit home. Who has said this? Who has made these rules? That you have to leave your whole life and sit and wake up your children and feed them and drop them to school and pick them up from school. And why? But why? I don't understand why. You can ask for help. You can hire help if you can, I'm saying. Otherwise, you can ask for help. You don't have to totally grind yourself, because I have seen how mothers have, some moms, they had a career before children. They left it to look after their children, right? They must be having thriving careers that they left. That at some point will come out as resentment later. It will. It's human nature. Today, if you leave a thriving business or a thriving, say you are an anchor today and you're doing really well and you're getting to the next level in life and you have children, you have to take a break. See, we all take our breaks, right? You have to take a break, and you want to get back, and that guilt that you can't, and then you can't get back full time because your children are small. You're asked to leave everything and sit home. Why? Why do we have to have sacrifice? So I want to break this, that no one's asking anybody to sacrifice. It's everybody's choice. If you want to get back to work, make it happen. Make it happen. Get someone to look after the children for 2 hours a day. Start sending them to place, like a crash or wherever you can get 3-4 hours. Start with 2 hours a day. Who's asking you to go to work for 8 hours? But do what you want to do. This is one of the biggest myths. Not as a mom, as a woman, I'm trying to break.
Okay.
Of course, mom, but women in general are just get married, sacrifice. Have children, sacrifice. Why? Then have the second. Oh, then what will you go back to work when you're already 40? But why? Just do what you want to do, guys. Just do it. Just remember, I feel that children thrive more in a house where parents are happy than unhappy parents. So I rather have my children see me happy in doing work. Of course, we all are unhappy at some point in our life. We all cry.
Yes.
My kids see me cry when I'm upset. When I'm not okay, when I've made a mistake, they see me like that. Which is also good. Your children should see you making mistakes. But I think we should just let go of this sacrifice. Nobody is sacrificing. Just live your life how you want to. We all sacrifice for our children. Don't overdo it. If you want to work, you want to travel, get back to it. Do what makes you happy, because you have one life and your children are seeing that life and observing that life.
So we'll just quickly wrap this up with a rapid fire.
Oh, we've gone a good 45 minutes.
So this is a rapid fire round. So quick answers. One parenting rule you never follow.
My children, my rules, I follow that. I don't listen to anybody.
Okay.
So I don't follow. If you're giving me a gyan, I'm not going to follow it. It is my gut. Unless I think you're right, I'm not going to follow it. It is my gut, and I might say yes that time. I will do what I want to do with my kids.
And one moment with your kids that always makes you smile.
Like I said, when I'm a kid with them. It's my favorite time. And holidays are our favorite time together.
One thing that your children have taught you?
Patience.
And just complete this sentence. Parenting is?
Powerful.
Powerful. I think patience also.
Yeah, but parenting is powerful because you are raising the next generation.
Yeah. And finally, who do you hope that your readers take away? What should they really take away from your book?
From my book? To unplug yourself.
Right.
from all the
In this
chaos
show that.
and all the mess in the world. Just unplug yourself and be happy.
So that is the book, Parenting Unplugged. It has humor, not just gyan, plain vanilla gyan. It is, I think, and listening to this conversation, I hope that all our viewers could actually catch a sense of what to expect in here. And that was really an insightful conversation. Thank you so much, Ms.
Thank you,
Sanjana
Rakshita,
Bhajanka,
for having
joining
me
us.
here today, and I loved it.
We too loved it, and I hope that our viewers go on and read your book as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.